Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah. I put my on my task 2 in there, and I'm almost finished with 3. And then I got little pieces parts started of all the others. I got my templates in, and I've started filling in some information for task 1 on all the other things, but I haven't got any one of them completed yet. So, but and we're fixing to go to Florida, so I downloaded everything I needed to download, I think, so that I'd have it and not have to worry about internet connection.
Right.
So I should get everything done pretty well either by the middle or the end of next week and get everything turned in and for peer review and all that kind of stuff. So I thought we had until May the 11th, but that's for the folks that are doing the 5 semesters. So we have until, I think, April 15th. Did you get that off of the from Dr. Robertson?
I'm gonna. I skipped 2, 3, and 4 over the break.
Right.
And then I have my cap left to do and 2 more discussion boards. So I'm not gonna look at that because it's gonna stress me out.
Right. Well, now the discussion boards and things, he said he could wait till the last day of class. I mean, those were not an issue.
I wouldn't have got done because I didn't want to deal with my administrators because they're so busy and they're scrambling around so much about not making growth and that transitional grant that we're under.
Right.
Changing like we had a staff meeting yesterday where they're changing our whole schedule of our daily schedule, and they're taking iReady and taking ARC out, just changing everything around because our check-in don't show growth. We're at the same place they were second check.
Yeah.
And they're trying to come up with a plan, and they're not asking us, what do you need? What do we need to be doing? What do we need to change? They're changing it and saying this is what we're going to do. So now, in the next 39 days, to go back over it, use iReady. We could have just used iReady the whole time.
Right.
And we done covered every standard. And right now, we could just be doing review from the item analysis of the ones that they need from the check. That's what we should be doing now, the check-in.
Right.
Those standards. But now they want all the standards. And I'm like, in 39 days?
Yeah.
To do one of the lessons.
Praise the Lord.
So I'm like, how not me? So now I'm thinking of a way I can put 3 standards in one day. My room and rotate the centers and rotate the centers that way. So that's what my goal is.
Yeah.
Getting some vocabulary. Our school is a mess.
Yeah, we've just got to the point this year where our administrators are asking us, what do you think? What do you need? What kinds of things are you trying? And that kind of stuff. But, before the last 2 years, we this is the 3rd year with our new principal. And the first 2 years, it was like she didn't want us to know anything. She didn't want our input. She didn't want to share any information until it was like last minute, and we couldn't argue or fuss or say anything about it. We just had to get it done. And she just held everything close to the vest. And I was like, let some of us help you. But she was very much protective of everything that she was supposed to be in charge of, I guess. And but this year she's done a lot more reaching out. What do you think? What can I help you guys do? What areas of need do you guys see? And that kind of thing. So we're actually making some progress this year, I think, as far as getting teachers what they need and that kind of stuff. So,
decision making. No, you're the expert. You're in the room. Right. Okay, expert.
Right. Well, and I think she felt like maybe we were trying to go around her and not get her input and stuff, and that's not the case. It's just, sometimes you come in with all these great ideas that work at a regular school and they won't work in our alternative setting. I mean, they just won't, because if the regular school stuff worked, they'd still be in their regular schools. They wouldn't have got sent to an alternative school.
Right.
So, it's just a different critter that we deal with, and I think that's kind of got her attention the last couple of years, that it is a different animal and you have to treat it differently. So maybe it's a little more of a trust factor. We do kind of know what we're talking about, and we're not trying to usurp her. We're just trying to fill her in on what's been going on so she can make some better informed decisions.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. All right, Miss Gwen, since you got us on here.
Yeah, let's get through this. So it's been a long day. Okay,
Yes.
so we are in week 11 of our classes. Ooh, next week is Easter break, thank God.
Yay!
AKA catch-up week.
Yes. That is so true.
At this point, we are supposed to be in the area of managing facilities. Our discussion board question was talking about doing the facilities walkthrough with the assessment inventory checklist. And how well did your school do? Did anyone get to do their inventory? I know we were going through benchmarks this week, so that was just like a no-go. No.
Yeah, and see, that's what I was telling Cynthia earlier. I haven't done very many of the discussion board thing because I have just been concentrating on the stuff that's due for task stream. And since he said he wasn't really worried about the discussion boards until after all of this task stream stuff was due, then I wasn't stressing over it. I did a few at the beginning because it seemed like it was right along in with what I was doing. But I hadn't got that far. I did the last weeks I didn't either, but the weeks before that I've got something in there and all, but the last couple of weeks I haven't done it because I've been trying to do all this other.
And I did already, but it was so easy because you just go by the form and just you have it. If you don't, you don't. Just
right.
on that. So it was real easy for me to do, and I did it in like 2 or 3 days. I broke it up. I walked through in the morning when I had to. Then I was like, I went a little early. Then I walked through on one of my days, and then I think I did it again on my plan the next. It's like the interest exit the morning, the load their space for buses, cars and things that was just simple. It won't be hard to do, like you said. If you're putting it back, some of it you can think about. Because,
right.
like, that you have a bus zone, a loading zone. You know that. So you don't have to really go out to the buses.
Right.
Right.
You can get that done real fast because we have walkers. We have a place for parking. Our school is on a one-way street. So I had to stop and go out there and think about it. You gotta have to make sure that cars are not coming around the buses or unloading to go around. But we load our children in the back. So if they're car ride, they load in the back. So the only people loading in the front of the one-way street are buses.
Yeah.
So, but that I had to get kind of detailed about in the to say, to write. It was real easy. And a couple of things I had to say for her. Huh?
I was saying we're not on a one-way street, but we have one long entrance into the school, and it leads only to the front where the buses are and the car riders.
Yeah.
So we have to manage between bus traffic and car traffic at the same time. I don't know what they were thinking when they built that school. I was like, why do you have one main entrance? Like, that doesn't make sense. So you got a bus up in the front, cars coming through the front as well. It just didn't work.
Yeah, ours is that way too. But now we only have a total of 155 students. So, and most of them ride the bus. So, it's not as big of an issue for us. And then some of our students come on a modified day schedule. So they'll come in the morning and leave before lunch or right after lunch, and then they'll come in at lunch or right after lunch and leave at 3 o'clock. So, we've got some people coming and going all the time, but most of them are transportation. It's not. It's school transportation or county transportation. It's not necessarily, folks coming in their vehicles. So.
Okay, and also at this point, we're supposed to be on our SIP task. Cindy, I know you said that you were on your SIP already, right?
Yes, I put in the discussion board. I'm going to work the rest of it. The first part is really tough. It takes a lot of meeting and talking about the data. But then after that, I think it's pretty. We have to make a recommendation. School improvement team on how to the gap between the community and the school.
Yeah.
They have no community support, and that's why we're failing. So obvious why we're failing. And just looking at all that data, analyzing it.
Yeah.
Parents are not involved. The there's no wonder it's the worst in the whole state.
Right. And what about you, Tammy? How are you doing?
Well, I was telling Cynthia right before you came on too. I've got a little bit done on everything, but I've not got anything really completed yet. I did turn in my OMA the task 2, and I'm in the middle of task 3, and then I've got my templates done for the other 3, and I've started filling in the information. The SIP won't take me long at all. I'm going over the SIT plan, the school improvement plan now, and I'm on the school improvement team. So that kind of helps because I've been privy to the conversations and stuff like that. So I can pretty well speak to that pretty quickly. The one that will probably be kicking my tail is the school improvement plan thing, because we meet so sporadically. We meet really heavy right at the beginning of the school year, and then we meet really heavy like right before summer starts. Mm-hmm. And we don't meet regular a lot of times during the school year because we're such a small staff, and we get pulled for all kinds of IEPs and things like that we just sometimes can't get together. And we don't have a common planning period, so it has to always be after school.
Can you try to do a Zoom? Can you try to do a Zoom with them?
Well, but the thing with that is nobody wants to be bothered at night. And some of these IEP meetings start like at 4 o'clock, so if you don't get home till 6 o'clock, they're like, no.
A PowerPoint presentation. If you do a PowerPoint presentation and email it to them and let them respond to you back, and those can all be artificial, you'll get it in. Don't let them keep you from finishing this program. I know what you're saying, but I got you through. I got to see that you get this done. Well,
and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go through and some of the notes that we did, like back towards right before Christmas and things like that, where we are modifying some of our SIT team plans or adding an activity here, there, or yonder, or something like that. I'm going back and pulling that. And since I've got that communication, then I'm sort of leaning heavy on that rather than calling another meeting and trying to get together and do stuff like that. Because we've already met on a lot of the stuff that's in this. And we've got things that we're trying to get in place. But like the extra stuff that's bringing in the community and things like that, very few of them have actually been able to be put in place. Like we were going to do a drum line, that's not in place. We're doing a choir or a chorus group because I'm doing that. And we're doing a character study, I'm doing that. So, I mean,
but the SIP team doesn't have to be your SIT team.
Right.
The team can just be some members off of it because you're going to make the recommendation
Right.
in the sit team. So you can, we have a care team at our school, and we have a parent involvement. So those were the people that I included on my skip team so that they could help give me information about parent coordination, going to homes and things like that, and letting them actually look at that data I told you about, with it being so low. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're missing doing something they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
That my parents are not stakeholders. That my parents are not decision makers. Getting the information in the hands of the parents. I don't know. They don't go through the IS. I know none of the children understand the expectations at the school.
Right.
And so the parents were held accountable. That's what I was saying in my skip. Maybe we get some things to happen around it. Maybe the parents, if your child is in trouble for vanity or fighting, you might have to go to some parenting classes in our local scan. We have Forsyth County resources, the community resources,
Mm-hmm.
and then you be a little more vigilant about your child's behavior. Because
right.
we can't teach because he's wanting to throw chairs and fight. They're calling it chronic behavior. So our principal told us, I'm not going to suspend anybody, even if they have chronic behavior. So how in God's creation do you expect us to teach them anything if chronic behavior is just going to be like a revolving door, in and out of the door? Write them up, people out there, they're gone. She says it right back.
Right.
They're right back doing what they were doing because they know there's nothing going to happen to them, and that they can just keep on doing it.
Right.
And then parents get them up every day. Check the attendance. Never miss a day.
Yeah.
Parents in the classroom. And them up every morning.
Their house.
That's right.
Get out my house.
Let these parents realize if your child has chronic behavior, you need to be in a parenting class.
Mm-hmm.
Free. Or you got to go somewhere else. We have alternative schools in Forsyth County, Main Street, for behavior. I mean, just keep it real because it's hurting 19, because I have 25 students. 19 of those students could be great.
Right.
They could be so wonderful, proficient. Let me just say that. If not even above, but just proficient. If I can kill about 6 of them with chronic behavior.
Yeah.
It's simple. So I mean, if I got too involved, I really got it. But hey, let's get parents in on this with us. Get about some of this. They will. So that's what I hope the school improvement can, suggest that maybe they can use some of my information. I don't know. I just get good data though. I got good analysis, and so my team, the people that I had on my team, they were all on me. So maybe it'll happen.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea. I wrote that in the review too. I was like, man, if we could do that at our school, we'd be doing something good too. But with our school, we got so many DJJ involvement people, and group homes and therapeutic homes and things. I mean, they're not with their parents, so and they're in those homes because they do have these issues. So,
do you have the instruction? Is it personalized instruction for these students at this point, though?
Yeah, a lot of them do. Now, some of them don't, and they're just there because DJJ was involved. If you're wearing a ankle bracelet, and you've been charged with a federal offense.
Oh wait, I forgot you worked at the prison school.
Yeah,
the North Carolina Correctional. I saw that on the working survey. Going, how is that at school? And okay, yeah, you're right.
So
that's funny. Yeah, they have fun.
We have a lot of we just don't have a lot of liberty to do a lot of stuff because, like I say, a lot of our kids don't live at home. They're living in foster care or therapeutic care, or their DSS involved or DJJ involved, and so it's very difficult to hold parents accountable when they're not living with their parents.
Right. And I agree, but I'm still now, and then I would put that fear as personalized instruction. So I wouldn't try to have, and then you say a lot of your line. don't have to look at.
Some of them are actually incarcerated, and we don't actually have any direct communication with them.
Right.
So,
Right.
but,
The problem is if they didn't have to make a scene in the middle of my ELA reading passage or shared reading, then
right.
I could, move on. I can move more quickly. But because we're constantly trying to diffuse a situation or manage behavior or let me write them up because our system is like write up, write everything. I was like, right, you want me to stop
Yeah.
and write the person that I've been writing up all week and take away if this helps these other students from learning or understanding something, and you're just gonna send her right back.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
I'm not going. I'm gonna put them in the corner, give them a Chromebook, and tell them go on, guys,
Yep.
go on, guys, go play, and then make the ones that are working have something better to go on the game. So you gotta constantly reward. You know the slime thing I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make the slime when we get with this reading passage and all of these questions.
Yay!
Yeah,
Our kids made slime, and then they sold it to teachers for like a quarter, little canister thing. They medicine jars. We took in the pill bottles, and they sell you a pill bottle full for 25 cents.
I got the condiment plastic.
Oh yeah.
With the top on them. Yeah, because it gets them to do whatever you want them to do. It's like crack. I'm like, oh, here, some glue. I sell it for my data book. You get to buy $5 for glue, $2 for glitter. The tie, you gotta get the tie. That's $3. And I got a little price. They'll do anything for it, but
yeah,
if that runs out, I don't know what to do.
You have to make some more.
No, June 30th will be here. No, June. I'm looking for a job. Find me another job.
Or maybe you get a principalship somewhere.
Yeah.
No. I'll just go back. Yeah. I gotta find me a job here though. I can't go back to school. I can't. It's too hard. It takes away your spirit. It takes away your love for teaching, your passion, all out because of behavior. Nobody's doing anything about it. So
right.
Complaining about it. Move on. If you can't take the heat in the kitchen, get out. Or what is it? What's the saying? Something about get out. Yeah, can't take
something like that. Yeah.
I'm out.
But Tammy, too bad your school couldn't restructure it as like a therapeutic school, because like if you could do it that way where the kids are getting as much counseling and support as like academics, then that would be really good. Because I used to work in one in Siler City, and that's what they did for.
We tried that, but the problem is we have to have somebody to sign a release to allow an agency from outside the school to come in and provide those services. Well, and the parent has to do that. Unless guardianship has been taken away, a parent has to. Well, you're not living in my house. I'm not signing nothing.
Well, what if
that's crazy.
Though, what if it was like part of their plan whenever they got transferred from the court? Then
right.
That's a good idea. I need to look into that and see if we can add that in.
And that in your skip, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna see if that can be something we can add in, like their IEPs. As part of their IEP, part of their CNI class must be.
So who's saying IEP though?
The IEP can be signed by the foster parents. See, but therapeutic therapies and psychological evaluations and any therapies that are provided by the school has to have a parent's signature unless guardianship has been taken. And so, unless it's a therapeutic facility, then they're not going to get any therapy unless a parent signs. Unless the court orders it. Now, we can get the court to order it sometimes as a condition for coming to our school, depending upon the charges that they've racked up. But that's few and far between. So
Yeah, if you do amendment on your enrollment process and get the board to, or you guys still have to go through the board
Yeah, we do. We have to go through the school board. So,
to get them to
but
approve it.
that's all really good ideas. I believe I will mention that in the skip too. That that be part of our process. That if there is a pattern of behavior issues and there's no therapy being provided, that be a mandatory course that they have to participate in some therapeutic classes or something as
Yeah,
part of their IEP. So
because that's
I
what I'm.
mean, we mandate CNI classes.
Mhm.
So, I don't see why we can't mandate therapeutic classes for those that are chronically behaviorally challenged.
Right.
So that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
That's why I added to my PBIS plan for middle school. My principal said she's going to adapt it next year, the whole tier system, and then so like if you're in that chronic area and you're a regular ISS OSS person, well, not only are you going to be in ISS, but you're going to be attending some sort of counseling session during school with the counselor instead of just sitting in the ISS room all day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because like, the teacher, she'll give them their work, but then they're like, oh, I don't have anything else to do. So what do? They sleep, they play on the computer, and then it just becomes a big vacation from school. And then OSS is still
Yep.
the same.
Right.
Because parents aren't home, so the
Well, and
kids.
I found out too, at our school, we are not allotted a counselor. The counselor that we have is being paid through a grant, and she is supposed to have so many hours of therapeutic sessions with students. She's supposed to have so many hours a week with social emotional groups, and she's supposed to have so many hours, with all these other little things to meet the grant. Well, she's not been able to do it because we can't make the kids do it. Well, as part of her grant, and then if we put it in the IEP, and then make students have to take that as part of a class, she could get her hours, and we can keep our
Right.
counselor. Because if we don't meet the grant requirements, her money will go away, and she ain't gonna work for free. I can guarantee. She loves them babies, but I doubt she loves them that much. So, I'm really liking this idea. My skip thing here gonna be really nice. I appreciate y'all.
I'm glad I could help you out. Now if I can get my life together.
I started looking at the data and I started seeing the difference in my school that's proficient. I was like, it's because of the parents.
Right.
They're not even trying to have.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not at all. I had a student yesterday. He has a D. I talked to his mom. I said, he needs to come to an after school tutoring program. He's not doing well. I said, if he does bad again, he's going to definitely need to be in that program. She said, okay. He telling me she going to change her mind. I was like, she just told me that you can go. He's like, no, I'm going to talk to her. She going to change her mind. And then today he came in and was like, she said no. And next time, maybe I'll go. I said, oh, I'm going to call her. He said, yeah, go ahead, call her.
Yeah, he changed her mind.
He did. He was like, oh, he said he'll do better. And if he just give him one more chance. I said, no. One more chance. It's April. It's about to be April. What are you talking about? One more chance.
There is no one more chance.
In my class, he has a D in math. We passed this. I was like, he needs to come, starting right after spring break. Then she was like, oh, okay. I was like, how you going to let your child change your mind talking about, oh, I don't need to go tutoring? But he was able to be on the soccer team for the past few weeks, for the past 2 months. Oh, that was no problem. But when it comes to his education, you let him talk you out of it?
Right.
Where are your priorities? Are you kidding me?
I know. That's the problem that we run into a lot of times too. These children rule the roost. They get to tell their parents what they are and are not going to do. And their parents are like, I can't make him. I'm like, yeah, neither can I. I can't make them if you can't. That's for sure.
You can make them. The parents can make children.
They
Parents
can. They just don't want to.
on
Yeah.
their, yeah.
Yeah.
You do your homework after dinner. You'll eat when you're done.
Yeah, that's right.
I told him how he comes in and sits every day. I say, take away the games, take away TVs, take till he do this work. I'm gonna send you. Take away his lunch, his dinner. Let him eat it when he's done.
Mm-hmm.
He'll start doing some stuff.
Yeah.
He loves studies, but he hates math. Won't budge there and look up in the sky.
Bless.
Just keep looking in the sky like he's not a behavior problem. I said, take his food away, see what he does.
You can't do that, then he'll get mad.
I'll feed
Look
him.
to his work. Eat his burger.
But
That's
you're not
right.
gonna get the good food. You're gonna get every night.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
When you get done,
A little bit of salt. There you go.
Lord.
No, like I ain't gonna say I'm gonna starve you, but you ain't gonna get no good, no steak, no hamburgers.
I'm gonna fix it, Gwen, and put it on the table and let it look at you. When you're done, eat your food. That's easy. I'm not holding it. I'm just letting him know whenever he's done with his work. Welcome to that work. He'll do his work.
Well, in my case, I'm still slacking a little bit, but I am hopeful with the spring break coming along, making progress. I'm doing pretty well with the discussion boards, and I finished my OMA 2. I'm pretty much done with OMA 3. I'm just adding last few details. I got stuck on that one a little bit because with my school, it was talking about like the schedule with that one. And my school actually did go through a schedule change when the new principal came in. She changed the schedule. So I was like, how am I going to present a schedule change? And she just literally changed
But you
the
can
schedule.
put it there that she.
So I'm just like, as you read it, you'll just see it's just going to be like, yeah, she asked me about this, and I gave my feedback, and then she made the changes.
Right.
Already in her head, I'm going to change the schedule. So I couldn't even present an idea to her because by the time I was like, oh, she's interested in changing, the structure of the school or the schedule of the school, it was like, oh, here it is, SLT, check this out. What do you think? And I was like, oh. So she kind of did my assignment for me. So, but I'm trying to word it. Doesn't make it sound like I came up with this great schedule that she actually implemented, but I did get some feedback on it. So that's
there you go. At least you contributed. You contributed some comments.
But she wants to change it or review it again, and she's creating a scheduling committee next year. And so she said right after spring break, she wanted, teachers who are interested and a few selected teachers to go over the schedule and figure out which one is best for our school.
Right.
Well, I like the fact that she's inputting the teacher's opinion. Our school, that's what I'm telling Tammy. They just tell us this is what we're gonna do, and it would be so much easier on us to ask for our opinion on certain. No, we're the experts. We run that schedule every day.
Right.
They don't.
What is it, too? What is it? You gonna go do bedtime? No. Yeah. Did you hear her? No.
Mm-hmm.
She's grown. But yeah, so I'm going to finish up OMA 3 probably during benchmarks tomorrow. If I can. And then I'll complete the skip through say hi.
Hey.
Complete the skip through the break.
Right.
Discussion board.
push it.
There's no button to push. We already on.
Mommy.
Yep, that's mommy.
Mama.
And Halima.
Here. That's my hair.
Yep, and that's your hair.
Yay!
Mommy got this.
Yep, mommy's glasses.
Mine.
Yes, that's your eyes. Smart girl.
Mom, my glasses.
You don't wear glasses.
She's the
Mama.
one.
My glasses.
You don't wear glasses.
Mama.
She wants some. Oh, that's funny.
My glasses.
Well, anywho, so that's pretty much it. Next week, like I said, is our Easter break. The following week after that is, what week is that?
Be
Nice.
13th,
Mommy.
13th, isn't it?
Week 13. Yeah, and that's back into the accounting and budgeting report. But we had already kind of went through something like that at the beginning of the. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got to. I don't think our budget is like everybody else's budget. I mean, I know we're a small little institution here, but we are middle school and high school. I can't make heads or tails out of anything as far as what's designated for middle school versus high school, or teachers versus other staff versus office staff versus. I mean, it's just codes and numbers, and I'm like, okay, well, who gets? It does say like supplies. Is that supplies for custodians? Is that supplies for cafeteria workers? Is that supplies for classroom teachers? I have no idea. So I've got to sit with my principal and ask her if she can kind of elaborate on some of that, I think, because I'm confused. I don't know what money's available for who.
When I went through it, I went and found the county budget, and I just used that. I said, this is the overall thing.
Right.
And how much they were using for personnel and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because my principal was like, oh, it's not really anything like that specific, where she's like, oh, I spent $50,000 on teachers, whatever. Most of that stuff is running through the
County
budget. Yeah.
So she.
Well, see, she's got it on there. It says employee salaries, employer salary, and that kind of thing. But that still doesn't tell me. As far as salary, it tells me, how much money is allotted for salaries, but it doesn't tell me, like, for example, it's got 3 different codes for supplies, but I don't know which code goes with what entity. And like I say, we got like 5 programs going on in that school, so 3 codes and 5 programs doesn't match for me.
I don't think they want to know.
Bless her.
Yeah, Jesus. So, okay. So, next meeting, whose turn would it be to host? Is it yours, Cynthia?
Yeah, but I can't ever record. Tammy, can I host and you record for us?
Yeah.
I'll
That'd be
use
fine.
A permanent recorder. You should just be a file holder for it.
I know. I'm telling you. That's fine. I don't mind.
I will send the code for the code you just sent us to everybody.
Yeah.
We'll sign in and you'll be the host still.
Okay.
All right, dear. Thank you so much, ladies. I gotta go. I'm about to pass out. I need to eat some food.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next. When then we can say when we're
See you in 2 weeks, or hold up, what day? What day? What's the date?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. I don't think we're meeting next week because it's the week Wednesday after Easter.
the break. Right.
Yeah.
And so that Wednesday, what's that?
It'll be
The 18th,
the 11th,
11.
right?
11th.
Yeah, the 11th.
Okay.
11, 6 o'clock. I'll try and be here.
Okay.
They're killing me with this after school thing.
Oh, no. Bless.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All
All
right,
right.
lady.
You too.
All right.
Bye.